Hello. Welcome to Local Riffs, Season 2, Episode 14. This is a pop-up interview, pretty quick. We got Matt and Robin of New Salem. Matt, we're going to be talking a little bit about some of the stuff that you want to talk about with your, new songs. New Salem's going to talk. I think you was mentioning something earlier about a single or two, or that might be coming out, or
yeah, we just finished recording 3 songs.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm really excited to. You saw them actually. I think we played every single song we played at NOLA Mix is gonna. Yeah, actually, every single original that we played at NOLA Mix is gonna be coming out right this summer.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Nowhere Now, releasing in late July, early June, or mid June, and then
You said that backwards. Late June, early July.
late June, early July. Thank you. And then we have Human in August, and then I think we're going to finish it off with our release schedule with Love to Love You in September. And so it's going to be really cool. We finished recording. It was my first time ever recording anything. We do it all in Robin's studio. You want to talk about that?
More like my bedroom or my studio I sleep in.
It's really nice. We had
and we did drums at Jordan's house.
yeah, we did do drums at Jordan's house, which is
He's a bassist for Collections.
yeah. Yeah, no, it was really nice to do it. I never had done anything like that before. So the first time we ever recorded vocals, we recorded on the SM57, and I was really pitchy. Like I could not get my pitch down. Like I could not sing well. And it took a while, but then the second time we did it...
It was just nerves, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
It was your first time ever doing a recording with vocals, right?
Yeah. Aside from like my voice memos that I send you at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
I'll send him, I'll write a song and I'll be like, is this good? And he'll be asleep because it's like 4:30. Because usually when I write stuff, it's very late. I feel like that's like my writing hour is like when I
tossing and turning and just come up with something.
Yeah, I'll have like a chord progression or like a riff in my head that I'll write like a long time ago. Like I wrote, for example, a New Salem song called Battery. I wrote the riff in October and we didn't finish it till like maybe late April because it was something where actually we talked about it on the podcast that I was on back in April. When we were working on it, but it was something where we just thought the riff was like way too good for us at that time, so we just waited and let it simmer. And then I was like, oh, I have a verse idea, and then I used some of Brody's lyrics and I wrote some of my own, and it came together pretty well. But yeah, the recording process was really, really fun. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, we had to redo it after the vocals because we did it with 57 because I was like, oh, I don't have a condenser on me and I kind of want to get it done, but it didn't turn out good, so I borrowed a condenser.
Yeah, it was a really nice microphone the second time around. I'm not saying that the S57...
It was like a Neumann clone, not a real one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a 57 can be kind of temperamental sometimes, too, unless you got the proper space and all that
It can
stuff.
work, though.
Oh, yeah, of course. Just not for that.
No. It was working fine for the takes that we had. But then once we actually had the vocal mic, you could really tell the difference, which I didn't really think would be possible. I didn't think that there'd be actually like a stark difference. But there was. And doubling was actually really, really fun. I actually have a really fun time doubling tracks.
Yeah, you had never doubled before either. Huh?
No. It's really cool, like listening to yourself and trying to match what you're saying, because it's like a little game for me. It was really fun.
And when you say doubling, what exactly are you talking about?
Oh yeah, so for some of the choruses, sometimes even the verses, we want it to be more like punchier, right? Like we have like a more fuller sound.
Like you're trying to sing the exact same line twice, so that I can pan it.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And
sort of like a layer, kind of, I guess. Or
yeah, I mean, it's like super. It's like very common, especially like in pop music and stuff like that.
Yeah. And so at first I was really, really bad at it. Like you could tell that there was 2 different voices singing. That's like kind of like, sometimes it's good, but I was not doing a good job at it. And then Brody at the end was like, well, Matthew all the best people did it, so you have to do it, or else you're not
Oh, yeah,
gonna be good
me and
enough.
him kept being like, John Lennon did it.
Kurt Cobain did it.
Kurt Cobain did it.
Yeah,
You got to do
get
it.
some inspiration there.
Yeah, no, and I was like, okay, it's game time. And when people when people pressure me into doing something, I'm like, all right, full commit. Like I'll never back down from like a challenge, I guess. But yeah, no, it was really fun, and I'm really excited for the music that we're releasing, but as well, I've actually donned a new name. Noah is going to be what I'm releasing my solo stuff, just to kind of separate it from New Salem. There will be actually some New Salem songs on there, which is surprising, but it's just more of the stuff that I wrote that was really folky and Brody really liked, so we're going to put it on an album somewhere.
I want to clarify, like, they are New Salem songs, but you're playing like a folky version of them.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
gonna do the full
Like,
band thing.
yeah, there's a song called For When You're Alone, which was one of the first songs I wrote that Brody really, really vibed with, which was actually, I played it on the podcast. If you guys go back, you can see it. I play it. But yeah, and I wrote another song, but all of it's going to be like solo acoustic guitar stuff. It's really going to be kind of a lo-fi vibe, not really anything like crazy production wise, but I'm gonna be with my mentor up in New York City. He helped me learn guitar and helped me do everything, and he's gonna help me produce this album, which is really nice. I've written about 10 songs, I'd say, for this project that I'm really confident in and that I really love. And yeah, no, it was such a journey, because I remember not even thinking I could write songs like last year. And it's been such a beautiful way to express how I feel. And honestly, like, when I used to like not be able to like explain like how I felt and stuff like that, and it'd bottle up, but I now have like an output to actually like put stuff lyrically, and express myself in a way that I actually like feel comfortable in doing. Which is what why I love music. I wrote my first song, I think, last July or something. Last August. I'm looking at Robin like he know, even though I didn't even know him. Last July. But
I believe you. I'll take your word for it.
yeah, no. And that was really poppy. Like I used to write like really poppy songs. I still do. Honestly, like, I'm really new to it, and I don't have like the prowess that both Robin and Brody have, when it comes to lyrics or even like riff creation. But I just try.
I don't write riffs. Like, I can't do it either. Brody's the riff guy.
Brody's a badass.
Brody's the
He
riff
is.
guy.
No, yeah.
That was quote unquote, by the way, for Brody. He killed it. Robin, you're sick too, and Matt, y'all both, all three of y'all write some really good. I don't want to say poppy or anything, but definitely catchy.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of the song, but I know y'all played it when we did the New Salem podcast. Dude, I was in turmoil for like fucking 3 weeks. I mean, it's a
Play
happy
Love to
song.
Love You, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it fucked me up, bro. I mean, it's a sad song to me, but it's definitely a good song. I really liked it. But and just listening to other stuff, even with y'all's collections, it I think I kind of touched a little bit about it on both of those episodes. Y'all write, like, for each project, different types of, I guess, I don't want to say genre, but different types of styles. And but you can definitely tell that it's y'all writing those, listening to y'all's other projects in separate other projects. And I don't know. I think that, and I'll say for Brody also, I mean, all three of y'all definitely real cohesive when it comes to writing together. And I'm interested to see how the other stuff for Noah sounds, and see if that kind of, can stick with that comparison.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that I've written in this like kind of year, in this year, I don't know why I said this kind of year, in 2024, the music I've written has been heavily under Brody's influence, in which I used to kind of write things and just see what stuck on the wall when I'd throw it. But Brody like kind of instilled in me like this kind of perfectionism in which I would just work like tirelessly at songs and just send them to him. And sometimes he'd be like, again, as I said, like, and he'd like throw them back. But like, I think, I don't know, it just, something that Robin said, which was really beautiful that I really agree with, was the best part about songwriting is actually going back to the first time you write a song and just seeing the development. I remember the first song I wrote, which was Photographs, which will be, I think, the intro song to the album, or the second song after the interlude thing. I listened back on it, and the lyrics were not the same. And I thought I wrote that in one sitting. I did not, apparently.
Oh, you mean like, oh, okay, I didn't know what you meant. Yeah, you meant when I was talking about like how songs like change over time, naturally, and then you go back and be like, oh, I don't do it like that anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And there's so many times where I'm like, whoa, that was really bad. Thank God I did not keep that.
Thank God that changed. No, I know. It's the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I never really like. I just
sometimes the opposite happens. Though. Sometimes you're like, oh no, that is better.
Yeah, I think a lot of that has to do with the evolution of your songwriting over time, also. And you're saying, it's been a year since you wrote your first song, or whatever.
Yeah, practically. Oh my God, yeah, it's coming up on a year. Yeah.
So I mean. And yeah, of course, experience plays a part of it, but I think it's just like anything. If you use it and you hone in on it and you enjoy doing it, at some point you're going to notice where you started to where you are at that point.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's like one of those epiphany kind of things where you just sit back and you're like, oh shit, it actually makes sense now. And and me personally, when I write songs, it's like, I mean, I suck at it, but at some point I'll hear something that I like. And of course, and it's the same way of like, oh shit, man, if I never done that before, or didn't know I could, or, the previous things I was writing was just the same old stuff in my head or whatever. But, sorry, go ahead, man.
Yeah, no, I'm really fortunate to have such supportive, band members that also are very much firm in pushing me in the way of development, and not letting me like stay stagnant. I think like all three of us like really push each other, in the entire band, honestly, Ciara and Charlotte too. We push each other for like, excellence, and try to keep going and like keep gaining momentum, because we really, I mean, I think everyone would agree, like we really want this to. We have a lot of faith in our project, and I'm really excited for whatever it bears. I mean, if you want to talk about your New Salem experience, just like
I agree. I mean, like one thing that is very both like inspiring but also kind of funny is like how quick we're just like, nope, that doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like you'll do something and they'll just be like, no.
Yeah.
But no, that's good. Like we're not scared to be a little harsh and trim the fat early instead of just meandering on something that isn't, because sometimes you come up with an idea and you like want to commit because you're like, it's, but like even deep down it sucks. So like when someone's finally like, that's not working, you're like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no, it's
it starts with denial.
Yeah, no, that happens a lot in the mixing process with me and Brody, because like I'm getting fatigued, because we're like on hour 4 of the session and I'm just like, no, it's fine. He's like, dude, no, it's not. And I'm like, I know, but like,
yeah,
let's take a break.
Yeah, that's usually when we start fighting. I mean, we don't really fight, but usually when I'm like, it's fine, and he's like, it's not, I'm like, we're new session tomorrow. Yeah, I'm done today.
And a lot of that comes, it is good to step back from it sometimes too, especially if you're so eager to, and you like what you got going on. I think taking a step back and getting all those sounds that you think you're hearing out of your brain and going there fresh sometimes.
Oh yeah, listening fatigue is very real.
Fuck
it's
yeah,
very
like,
real.
Around like I knew I didn't play that.
or even just like you're obviously doing a lot, especially like in an EQ, but you're like barely even hearing a difference, and because like I just scooped the mids. How am I not hearing that? So I have to come back.
Yeah, you got to come back. Your ears are just numb to it.
Yeah, I know. It's just it all becomes a blob.
I'm trying to have Robin teach me Ableton. Oh, soon when I'm gonna sit in the, because I actually during the recording process, I would watch Robin do stuff, and I'd be like, "Oh, what's that? What's that? What's that? What's that?"
And I kept being like, later. I'll explain that later. I
Whereas,
don't
like,
have time for that.
we can't do this right now, and then we'd go to Raising Cane's and get me a box combo, and that'd be fine.
Or it'd be something that it took you a fucking year to figure out, and you're like, hold on, it's too much stuff to explain right now, man.
I mean, sometimes I barely know what's going on.
You accidentally do it. You're like, oh shit.
You're like, I don't know what I did, but the control ass save.
Oh my god, yeah. Fun fact about that. There was. Do we want to talk about the human thing?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Robin did a really cool thing. Ciara has a really awesome, amazing part on Human while I'm singing the verses. Because basically all the rhythm goes out and it's just like kind of a lead line.
Yeah.
But you played the bass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want me? Is it all right?
No, yeah, you could totally talk about it.
So
I did an oopsie.
Yeah. I think so the verse chord progression goes A E D A E D A E F sharp, and then back into the chorus riff or the chorus chord progression. Robin jumped the gun when we were recording with Ciara and played F sharp too early.
And in my defense, no one noticed.
No one did notice because I was asleep. Since it was a DIY room. I used that to full extent and went to bed in his bed.
Yeah, because you knocked all your stuff out early.
Yeah, I knocked out all my stuff and then I knocked out. And then so when we were re-recording the vocal lines, I was like, "You say your words, and this isn't the right note."
Yeah, it had a really bad rub up, and he's like, "No," and like we were all like, because like we didn't all have headphones in, so we're like, "It sounds right to us." That we listened to. So essentially, what I did is I went to the part too early, but the thing is we laid down the bass track first for that, so all the guitars got recorded incorrectly, and we had a very jank way of recording the guitars, so I couldn't recreate the original guitar tone because I don't even remember what I did.
I came back from a class and I opened the door. Like I literally just took like maybe a 50-minute break from the recording session. I opened the door. Both Brody and Robin are just sitting there, like literally smacking their heads against the wall.
We were so stressed out.
What's going on?
It's a lot of hard work after realizing that one little thing happened, man.
It did birth some creative stuff though. So we weren't able to recreate the guitar tone, but what we did is I redid the bass because I could recreate that. I redid the bass part. I played it right this time, and then where the guitars were playing a wrong part, what I did was we put Brody's Fender on top of his Fender amp. We put a Strat, and it was feedbacking, and then I just played with his pedal board, and I recorded that, and then I sampled it throughout the song. So anytime there's a wrong chord, I delete all the guitars, and then I do like feedback.
And
like that sounds.
I love that idea.
And I actually really like how it came out. Now we have to learn how to do that live.
Yeah, no, oh my god, dude,
that's cool though. Figuring a solution out instead of having to, can the whole damn thing.
I wasn't about to do that. There's 20 guitar tracks on that.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I was not.
Well, the good part about it, unfortunately for Ciara, was that it was just her playing on that specific part in the verse because we wanted to strip everything back, kind of just have a, sometimes where it's just like drum and bass. So unfortunately enough, it wouldn't have been that bad, but we didn't really want to do that because we love that. I really love that part. I know you do. But honestly, what was made out of the first verse now in comparison to the second, because for some reason it actually did work out correctly for the second verse, remember?
Well, because she was right.
Right.
The rhythms were wrong. The rhythm guitar was wrong, so that's where we put in the feedback. We kept her lead just as is because we didn't want to mess with it because it's a really great part.
Yeah, I can't believe we can't recreate that tone though. That was so surprising.
Yeah.
We were just sitting there like it was like we used these pedals before.
I don't remember. So the part of what we were doing is we had a 57 choked up on his Princeton, and then we had another 57. We shoved it in my closet and cranked it, and we closed the door. We had one choked up, and then we had another 57 like dangling from the ceiling.
Okay,
but I
didn't know this. Keep going.
And I don't like when we did the original, we had the perfect blend of the room mic and the choked up 57, and I just couldn't recreate that blend because I don't remember what I did.
Yeah.
You gotta learn how to set you some macros up, man.
I need to learn how to take pictures with my phone. That's what I really need to do.
Yeah, no. That reminds me of the Billy Corgan video where he like has those like box of pedals and he goes, and this is this one, and then he has all the like the presets engraved into the pedal, like they etched it in.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, and especially from like Tone Masters, like Brody. Oh my God, that man is like,
he's obsessive, but it works.
No, it worked.
It works out.
Thank God, yeah. And I remember I just bought a new Strat recently. I have a new. It's really nice. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's been at my house. I've been playing it.
Yeah, I know. I haven't taken it back. I need to take it back actually. Yeah,
Nah, man, keep using it, man.
Yeah, no. Robin will text me from time to time going, "This Strat is really nice."
Yeah, no, I'll pick it up sometimes and I'll be like, "This thing is nice."
But I was playing the part on Love to Love You where he's soloing, and I just do single strums. And it wasn't sounding right, but the whole thing was just clean. So I was like, I don't know what you want me to do. And then we had to like convince Brody like what a Strat sounds like normally. We were like, this is what a guitar sounds like. But he goes, no. You got to hear. It's the clickities, dude. It's the clickities. You know.
He didn't like the the quackiness of like the 4 position or the 2 position. He's like, why is it doing that? I'm like, that's a Strat.
Yeah, real front of the as soon as you hit it's kind of like a little pop kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, because his Strat's modded. He has like a hot rod pickup in the bridge.
Yeah.
But your Strat is like classic. It's
It's
you do have a humbucker, but it's closer.
Single coil. It's such a weird guitar. I mean, I love it so much. And it has such funny like little quirks.
It's got a lot of like fancy like new Fender quirks.
Yeah.
Like
it has a
volume pot clicks in and it adds like bass to it with like an active circuit.
Still don't know what that. I can't tell the difference with that one, but I can tell the difference with there's a little button like here. I don't know if everyone can see. It's not here, but it's on the Strat.
It's in between the tone knobs.
You press it and it overrides everything just to max it out on.
It bypasses
bridge,
the volume and it switches to the bridge. Automatically, it bypasses the tone, so the tone's all the way up, and it bypasses the volume, and the volume's all the way up. So like, it's weird. It's almost like a freak out button. Like if you play, like say you're in the bridge and you're playing something smooth, but you want to switch to a lead really quickly, you can
just
click that button. Yeah.
It probably don't have like a breakup of like a pedal or anything if you
It's really hot, so it could. Like if you're into a tube amp, it could saturate the tube amp. But like if you're in like a Princeton or something that won't saturate, it is clean. But if you shoot it into something, it is really hot. It's like loud.
Yeah,
and that goes to the bridge pickup.
Yep.
Yeah, both my Telly, I have a Fender Telly and I have the Fender Strat. Both of them are really hot pickups, so they'll be loud. Like
that Telly's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, he loves it. So
I love that.
He'll come over to my house, cook me pasta, and then.
Yeah, I'll be like, I'll make you dinner if you let me play the Telecaster.
Well, Robin, I will say I love your Schecter, just to let you know.
Oh, yeah, I'm so excited. It's actually ready.
So
I got a text on the way here. I brought it to Strange Guitar Works, and they put a new Bixby spring on it.
Shout outs. Oh, wow, nice. I didn't know that you're making like a big change to it.
No, it's not a big change. It was just missing the spring. They're just putting a spring in it.
Oh, it already had the Bixby in it. I thought you were.
The Bixby's in it.
I thought you were adding it. No,
he hasn't seen it yet.
No, I haven't.
I mean, I'm a Schecter fan.
Did you see it live? Were you there?
I saw it on the videos. I couldn't make the show, which I still feel bummed about it. Sorry, man.
There'll be more. There'll be more.
Don't hate me. But that
I don't hate you at all. There'll be more.
But that I like that. And like I said, I'm a Schecter fan, and I've played one of those guitars before, and it definitely has a blend of like a Telly Strat kind of feel,
It can do that, or it can do the Les Paul.
It can do the Les Paul.
It can kind of do everything.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's why I like the versatility of that guitar. And there's other guitars that are similar to that, but for some reason, if that model is probably the number 2 if I didn't get a Fender.
Yeah, it has 3 pickups and all of them are humbuckers, but they have split coil switches on it.
On each one of them.
Yeah, and
so cool.
I got it because I'm a home recording guy, so like it's like so versatile. You can if I want the Les Paul sound, I can get it. If you turn them all 3 to single coils, it sounds a lot like a Strat. It's like if you close your eyes, you might think it's a Strat.
Yeah, no, I have a lot of guitars now, and every time it makes me feel less guilty because I'm like, there's gonna be a studio. We're building this thing in my garage. It's gonna be.
You're building a garage. There was nothing there. They're like building it from the ground.
Yeah, we're building
exciting.
And it's gonna be soundproof, and we already have a drum set, and if he pulls through, we might have a bunch of mic setups for the drums. I might just have to go in there and do that myself.
Bite the bullet and buy something.
Yeah,
they ain't too bad. I mean, according
we're just
what brand and what tier you get.
Dude,
but,
I'm all about clones.
Yeah, hey,
Clones,
they got some good stuff out there, man.
especially with mics. Yeah, no, I'm not worried about it. Just like it's just a bunch for the drums, and then we're gonna just have like SM57s around. The plan is to make a
Yeah,
studio.
whoa. We're probably gonna buy like
Oh
5.
no, sorry. Yeah, but But the plan is to make a home studio practically, but like be like a studio in the backyard. Also, it's gonna be where we practice. Sorry, neighbors. Well, it's soundproof, so it'll be okay, hopefully. But the plan is to have a studio. So every time I'm like for example, this Martin, I was like, whoa, why am I getting this guitar? I already have an acoustic. But I was like, well, this sounds great for the studio, so it's okay. And so no, but I have a bunch of nice guitars now for anyone who wants to come record, like our friends and stuff that want to record stuff, because it's pretty hard to get studio space as a student in university, because Loyola has really good ones, but you can be like screwed with the hours.
Yeah, and it's like right in between Loyola and Tulane. Like locationally, it's very nice. So we have a bunch of friends in bands in those schools. So.
Yeah, no, and so like I just want to be empathetic, just understand like kids can't. I want to get as many people out on the music scene as possible.
I mean, just having the convenience of it also, boom, y'all got a practice spot. That's one.
Yeah.
No more shoving amps in closets.
No more
and not only that, if y'all have to do y'all's recording, at least y'all can pop a verified demo with the correct surroundings and stuff like that. I mean, if not a whole mastered EP, whatever, but I mean, it's kind of like how, like I kind of look at it, because obviously you see this is just set up for podcasts right now,
right.
But at some point I'm gonna do the same thing, and that way bands and people can come and jam, and we can record and do whatever, but
yeah, exactly.
I love that kind of stuff, man.
Yeah,
when y'all get it done, if y'all whenever y'all get it done, I'll come over and hang out.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Like,
yeah, dude,
let's make something.
Hell yeah. That's.
I need to learn the space anyway.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm just I'm looking around the room. You have such great guitars. I'm just looking around. They're so cool. And also the amps too. They're huge.
Yeah, I used to have a lot more amps, but these are the two that made the cut, because I mean it's just like
good ones to make the cut. Yeah,
yeah. This cab was very hard to find at the time.
Right.
I've had it for about 15 years, I guess, something like that, close to it. But it was like
nice.
At that point they were like very expensive, brand new.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah, cabinets can be kind of.
Well, it's like the 1960. That I could have got the JCM 800 and all these other series. But I was just I wanted the 1960B. This is the bottom.
I mean, if it inspires you to play, it's good.
And it did. So,
exactly. Yeah.
And I had the Triple X. I think I had what else? I had another PV. It was like a JSX. I think the Joe Satriani version head and all.
I'm not as familiar with PV, although that thing is a monster.
Well, yeah, you played it.
That thing is killer.
You have one. You have a PV, right?
Yeah, I do have a PV bass amp now. I have a Mark III, which is like it's a monster too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a.
Oh yeah, we know. If you listen to our session, well, we haven't posted anything. If you listen to our session at El Kukui, you can definitely hear that bass. That bass is very loud.
The bass is very loud.
and the stuff in here is basically, it's sort of like how you're saying with building the studio and stuff. I just acquired these things because it was more so of, you can go to a studio, you can go, do that kind of stuff, and if you're not finding the right people to progress with as far as in a project or even recording an album and stuff, it could be aggravating, it could be uninspiring. And so for me, instead of like having to rely on other people to have that available, I just said, fuck it, I'll just make it available to myself.
Yeah. I mean, Robin keeps telling me this, like DIY is the way to go, honestly, nowadays. Like doing it yourself is.
That's because everything's so powerful now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like
all the gear, everything you could do,
and
everything
affordable and powerful.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can get, like, again, as we were talking about, like, you can get a Newman clone that will probably sound very much close, if not like basically the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, gearheads will be like they don't sound the same.
Well,
but,
actually,
like,
that
I would love for them to do blind tests and somehow get it right.
that's my favorite. Yeah, my favorite. I've watched a lot of like guitar YouTubers do like blind tests for like going guitar shopping and stuff like that. That's pretty funny.
I saw a lot of them with those microphones, those clones and stuff. And honestly, you can tell the difference on a recording of them doing a shootout or something, but live
in the field,
you cannot, and even then you could still only hear subtle differences in it, maybe just like at the end of it or whatever the threshold is. And not only that, a clone, or just different brands in general. You have to adjust settings to even get them at the caliber volume, much less, any kind of compression or EQing or stuff.
And if it's mostly the way, EQ can get it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then not only that, I mean, like, who honestly listens to a song and be like, oh, that's a clone? Like, no. You're listening to a song.
Clone actually in the back.
Well, when you take the vocals away and then you separate the guitars and the bass and the drums and all of that, I mean, of course you're going to hear like differences. You know what I mean? Because they're singled out, but that's the whole point.
In a mix,
that's the whole point, is in a mix. What does it sound like?
Honestly, like so much stuff nowadays. I'm not a big fan of like the overproducing aspect. Anyway, I really love this. I actually still like the song. I listen to it all the time, but this guy released a song on TikTok and it was like lo-fi. It was just him and a guitar and he was playing it. And I was like, wow, when's this releasing? He goes, May 3rd. I'm like, yes. So May 3rd comes around and then he overproduces it so much where it's like you lost half your audience. Like that's like a whole thing where it's like, if you want to, in my personal opinion, like if I released a song on TikTok and I was playing it and people liked the way I was playing it, I'd make the song that way.
Yes.
And then do an album or something and have it be a different way. You know what I mean?
I've even told somebody here recently that, being overproduced or anything, and you can tell the difference when you don't play it overproduced. And to me, I think the listener, if they're going to listen to your music, they kind of want to hear it, where they might want to sing along with it. They know it sounds the same across any platform. And me personally, if you do a demo and that's the choices of songs and stuff that you wanted to put on there, maybe some mild, crisping it up, maybe redo a couple parts or something, from a demo. But as far as like too much of compression, and you can tell the difference nowadays. Section. Yeah, because everything is digital, and unless you really just like how you was talking about miking up the amp in the closet. Oh man, I got a fifth fucked in the head from New Orleans. They're going to be coming and I'm going to record them right in that living room.
Oh hell
as a whole band. Yeah. They want a four song EP. I'm gonna run the setup in there, face them all this way, drums in the back.
Oh, that's really exciting.
And
that's super cool. Yeah,
those are good guys. I love those guys.
And I'm gonna be routing some amps or something else, to capture, because I want to experiment with it too, but they don't want it, too produced. They want the essence of it being in the living room or raw.
Especially
like
with that band.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
that band. That's you want the energy. I mean, they're so energetic. Like when I don't know if you never seen.
No. Are they heavier?
Yeah,
I'm guessing so. Yeah.
I don't. What would you call it? I would call it kind of.
I would
have sludgy sometimes.
Yeah, stoner sludge.
Yeah, like
metal.
Stoner metal. Yeah.
Be honest with you, they played a jam that just like a jam that they had wrote before they played what was it, Sunday? I saw them. No, it was Monday, sorry. And he was like, yeah, I heard him say, oh, well, you want to play the jam? I guess because they wanted just to, do a new song or whatever.
Yep.
Right.
And I lived it, dude, and it sounds real sludgy metal, but it's a little different from what,
Yeah, I almost played bass for them.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Fun little fact. Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
yeah, because they'd went out without a bass for a little while.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
too long ago.
I was gonna do it, and then there was like this. Like at the time, I thought I was gonna move to Austin, but that kind of fell through. And but I didn't want to string them along. So I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be living here in a couple months or not. And I was like, you guys are awesome. You guys should like find someone who will be here. And I think it worked out. They're an awesome group of guys.
Yeah, they got James Randall now on bass, and he was totally like not a musician, like not just he just didn't do none of that, And shit, they've probably done about 15 shows since he joined.
Yeah,
which
they play a lot.
Yeah, and dude, you can tell that
what we gotta do.
That consistency he has gotten. He's a bass player now,
right? Yeah,
I mean he's writing his own little riffs and stuff.
Yeah, speaking about that. Robin was not a bass player before he played bass for us.
Yeah, not really.
He didn't play at all. And then, actually, so we had a bassist. His name was Sander. Very nice guy. Just didn't work out. And we were looking for a new one. You can still maybe find all Loyolans, actually, or Tulanians if you want to venture into Loyola. Go to the music hall, go to the 4th floor, go to the far right corner. You can still see my poster. What?
Just the far right corner.
Far right corner of that. No, but I have
pretty nice
I have a
size
poster. It's
school,
like, we're looking for a bassist, New Salem. Call not. I'm not gonna put my phone number out here.
Call 5555555.
But yeah, exactly. I almost just did fully put my phone number out there.
Act now.
Should have wrote Morris Bart's phone number.
I ran into him at Morris Bart. That guy. I ran into
One
him
call, that's all. Is that what it was?
Yeah. That dude. I ran into him at Peach's record store. Anyway, sorry. I find that so funny. We were looking at him really funny because I was like, who is that man? He has such a memorable face.
I know that guy.
But anyway, Brody was like, my friend Robin, who is in Missing Teeth. He would be down to play with us, but the way he worded it was like, he'll be allocating his time for us, not like he wanted to do it. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. And so when
makes
he came,
it sound like I'm important.
you are. Oh my God, you so are. What
Yeah,
are you talking about?
I'll do it, man. No big deal.
Well, that's kind of. I mean, that kind of is what happened. Like he asked if I could fill in for a
Right.
show, and I was like, yeah, sure. And then like,
Oh, because we had a show back then. Well, yeah.
and then that show didn't even end up happening. Which
Nope.
is very funny. But I went to a couple practices, and I was like, I like what y'all are doing. Like, I can just join the band. And he was like, okay.
yes, please. Because finding a bassist is so hard, because the rhythm section is like, it's desolate and on university campuses. There's no one there, or if they're there, they're doing 8 different.
Every drummer's
bands.
in 7 bands.
Yeah, it's. I don't know why I just rolled my eyes at it. That like go do your thing, but that it's just hard. It was hard for us for a while, but I'm so thankful that Robin was here because he's made some of the most interesting bass parts. But I also just started listening to bass parts. But now that I do, I'll listen. The funny thing about me,
that one time you fucked up, man. He's gonna have to listen to every one of them.
The funny thing about me, and I said this kind of like on the last podcast, but my like music taste kind of was really, really like pop till practically like junior year of high school, and then I got into like really heavy metal, and then I pulled back with folk indie stuff, and then I've been doing this like
You're kind of in the middle now. You're like into the 90s noisy.
Yeah, exactly. I love shoegaze, and I love like Sonic Youth. I've been showing him a lot of Sonic Youth stuff. I love that.
Which is
stuff.
somehow a band that's escaped to me, not because I don't like them. I just like, I don't know.
Every time I put up a song, he goes, "Oh my God, that's good." That's
and
really
then I
good."
forget to listen to them.
But yeah, no, but so the issue with that is that I didn't have like a linear, gradual music taste like progression. Now I just like a bunch of stuff, but I don't know half the scene. I'm terrible at music history, and it's true. I mean, he called me out on that. He's like, "You don't know anything." I'm like, "Yeah, that's true." And so
Sonic Youth's a little older. I think that now that I'm thinking about it, that might be like nowadays. That would be if they just came out. It would be close to shoegaze or kind of like real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know,
they kind of
airy-
happen around the same time.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was listening to their first album. It's wild.
I love it. That's
Yeah.
that's the only Sonic Youth record. Because like when I was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
kid, when I was like 17 or 18,
When you were a kid, when you were 18.
yeah, whatever. My thing, and it still is, the only real way I listen to music is I listen to records from front to back. I'm not
Right.
really like a playlister. It's just, I don't know. It's just not how I've ever done it. Even when I was younger, I was just records front to back. But
I love sending people playlists.
I used to be like kind of a hardcore purist where I'm like, you have to listen to the discography in order. I'm not like that anymore. But I listened to the first Sonic Youth record, and it's so like avant-garde and minimalist and weird.
Yes.
But then I went to the second one, and I'm like, this isn't avant-garde at all. So I quit listening to it. But that was at the time. Now I'm coming back, and I'm like, oh, I can like both. I'm allowed to like both.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's another band that evolved like
A lot.
tremendously.
Oh yeah. And they were just like making like honestly like it's just like it sounds like they're like hitting pans against a wall.
They are in some cases.
Yeah, no, for sure. I like I like their first LP. Robin's actually gotten me a lot more into listening to records because now I have records and a record player, so I listen to the full albums. But I'm a huge playlist curator. I love making playlists, and also
and just by the way, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. It's just not. Like,
oh no, yeah. But the funny thing was, someone they're like, make me a play. They liked folk, and I was like, oh, I'll make you a folk playlist, and I made them the most depressing. Because the music I listen
like
to,
Nick
that's
Drake and stuff.
Yeah, and that's actually a big influence for me. Huge tone trip. No, it's a Nick Drake, Elliott Smith, all those guys. I sent it to them, and then they listened to it while getting ready for a party that we were going to.
They're all bummed out. For the party.
They told me, they were like, oh no, why'd you send this to me? I was like, I didn't know you'd listen to it now. But no, yeah, Elliott Smith and Nick Drake are two people that I really came into accustomed to over the past couple months. I get Nick Drake more past couple months. I love their music. I think Nick Drake is probably my favorite artist. There's something that just speaks to me with his stuff, the way he composes his songs too. I can understand it, which is interesting. Like for sometimes where like I listen to like Paranoid Android or something, I'm like, how did they do this and then they moved it that? I'm like, oh, I would do that. Like, you know what I mean? When I listen to some, like there's one of my favorite songs off of Pink Moon's album was From the Morning. And I was like, oh my God, I love doing he like kind of goes crazy with the finger picking. And I was like, that's so fun. He's the best. Like, he's just so cool. He tunes everything in the worst ways possible. Why would you do that? That song is in B E B E B E B E. Why? And then Capo 5 or it's Capo. No, it's that and then Capo 1. Who thinks of that? I don't know. He did, and I think it's cool, but like it's scary.
Yeah, he was definitely pretty early on the open tuning thing.
Yeah.
I mean, people were doing it, but like he had some weird.
Yeah, he was really experimenting.
Yeah, it was experimental open tunings. Let me clarify. I mean, people have been playing in open C and G since forever, but
yeah,
he had some weird ones. Like ones that if you strum it out, it's like it is a dissonant chord. It's not a good sounding open tuning, but he navigates it in a way that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
That's kind of how that's kind of how I taught myself how to play guitar, quote unquote. As I use that tuner.
Yeah.
And if I wanted to have, I wanted
Shout
to say,
out
what note is that, or what chord am I playing, and just same thing. I'd try all kinds of crazy tunings, man, and I would navigate using that tuner to kind of get where I needed to go, and I would just memorize that, and that was it.
I used to have like I used to play in more weird tunings, but like it always was like it was like an ergonomic thing. Like I can't do that stretch, so let me tune to get closer. Mm-hmm. So like I used to have some songs, not for any band, just when I was like trying early stuff where I remember I had one song where I tuned the E and A string to flat, so E flat, A flat, but that was it. And that was for like some of the shapes. It was just to make it easier on my hands. I also had one song like way back in the day where I had a capo on the top 5 strings, but the E string was still uncapoed.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, that's kind of
some people do that. It's not like unheard of, but it was just like I did that.
That's like a far end kind of open. Like everything is going to...
Yeah, I don't remember what the capo was on, so it might have been sounding like an A chord. I don't remember if it was on 2 or whatever, but I definitely have done that.
One of Nick Drake's songs called Pink Moon, off of Pink Moon, I think it's the first song that it's on the thing. He has a really whack tuning. I think it's like C, G, C, F, G, E. And I use this shape and just... And it doesn't sound like great, but it does sound great when I'm there. But like it's just a whack shape. I learned that from Mayonnaise, because Mayonnaise is in a weird tuning. Oh my God, it's following you here onto this podcast.
Mayonnaise mentioned.
The Smashing Pumpkins, they have that one is D sharp, A sharp, A sharp, F sharp, A sharp, D.
Yeah. See that, and see a lot of times I'm used to doing the stretching and stuff. See, that would fuck me up even more when I have like the 2 next to each other. It would like even be more stretching. But
that's why. I mean, like I said, I do tune sometimes because I'm like that stretch is uncomfortable. Yeah. I can probably just tune this down a half step and it makes it easier.
Yeah, and so, but yeah, what that taught me was like different chord shapes that I can try out and just not like limiting yourself to like the C, the G, the E minor type thing, the E. I used to like only write with E, the shape. I just go up and down and up and down and up and down. That'd be the song. It's not ever gonna come out, but it was like how I used to do stuff. But now I try to do different things. I try to do stuff so differently sometimes, which I kind of like shoot myself in the foot because I do everything on voice memos and I don't record myself. So I'll listen to it and I'm like, oh no, what'd I do? Like, there's a song called Overflow. No, that's not it. It's called Machina. Sorry. Getting them all mixed up. Machina's in Dad Fad. So it's D-A-D, F-sharp, A-D. And, since I didn't play it for like a month, and then I went back to it and I was like, oh no.
It sucks when you do that with open tuning. It's just you're like, what are all the shapes?
Where'd
I
they
don't remember
go?
the shapes.
Yeah, it kind of like almost throws that kind of stuff out the window unless
Yeah.
you're, yeah.
If I write anything in an open tuning, I quickly tab it out.
Yes.
Yeah, because you'll some of those things you might not be able to find.
Yeah, I'll just
you
like
need
tab
to.
out all the shapes. I'll make like a little chord chart.
Do you use this? I have like a song shift. No, like, I don't know what it's called. This program that my mentor uses, it's like this thing where you can like, you tab it out on your computer. You can.
I actually just have tablature paper.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I write all my lyrics and all my songs on paper. I don't know why, I just do. It's just how I've always done.
Honestly, I should start doing that. I just don't want to buy a notebook.
I tried Tabit before, the computer.
I think Tabit's really powerful and cool, but it is a learning curve.
It
for
definitely
sure.
is, and that's what I was going to say.
Oh, yeah,
I
no.
just kind of lost, and I did the same thing. I'd have me like some kind of structure on paper. I'd write however this part's this part's that, and I'll try to write the tabs for it and the lyrics and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm really into math rock,
Too much-
so like a lot of math rock tabs are like on Tabit, so I like it as a user,
Oh,
but
yeah,
I
user.
don't making stuff. Ugh.
No, there's this one other program. I'll find it and I'll tell you guys. It's also a learning curve. It's so hard to do. Also, because to much of people's dismay, I have no music theory knowledge. I do know like 4/4 and all that stuff, but like trying to figure out like, because I have my band's also very much like a song that I have called. It's called Overflow. Yeah. It's
It's your song, bro.
it's like.
Yeah, you're playing it right this time.
So you see how he's saying that? It's because I never do. And then
He plays it different
and the
every time we have
worst part-
practice.
The worst
He's
part
under
is,
pressure.
is when the worst part is like when I have to tab it out because Brody was like, you need to write it down. No. I
Yeah,
was like,
because every practice it's like totally different.
because also like I'm not gonna lie, I have the John Mayer way of explaining guitar, which is you don't explain it, you just do it and you hope they learn. It's like you're just like yeah, you go like this,
Yeah, he does do that.
and then you go like that.
Like sort of like me when I'm trying to be like.
It's
But
like
he's
that,
playing at like a
and then-
blazing speed too.
yeah.
He's
And it's like,
he's
wait,
you
why
just
don't
do this. Brrr.
And but then I tried writing it out, and I was like, oh my god, I don't know like what if it's a 16th note, if it's like a held.
Oh,
I
you
don't
don't
know.
have to write it that hard. But
Well, no, that's the thing is my program does have it like that. It won't work.
you're
just from-
torturing yourself. for
Yeah,
no
that's
reason.
again, that's one of those things where you're like seeing fucking
Yeah, you're
zeros and
torturing
ones.
yourself and everything.
Yeah, no.
Well, Matt, I mean, you said that you wanted to play a song about halfway. I think we're past that point, but
Yeah, I got you.
I think
Let's scooch back.
I'm glad that y'all wanted to come and chat and stuff. If you want, you can we do a little jam right now and get back to it if you want to, man.
Yeah, for sure. This one I wrote. This one I wrote in December. It's called Winter Winds. The cold winter that you never bear. Like daggers in your eyes, all you could do was cry. An oversized coat, a forgotten quote. silent laugh as time slowly passed. And we are all gone. And I have to move on. And you are all gone. And I need to move on. Twisted lips, a forgotten kiss. Pulling away, afraid of what you'll say. Fault that you told, and I do as I'm told. Fall back in line, act like I'm fine. And you are all gone. And I need to move on. And we are all gone. And I have to move on. Please try and bear those winter winds. Please try and bear those winter winds. Please try and bear those winter winds. Yeah. Have I shown you that one before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You played that at that acoustic show.
Oh, I did. Oh, no, I did not. No, actually, I was too afraid to. I was scared.
Well, I have heard it.
Yeah, yeah. That song was written. There are 3 songs written about a certain time in my life where I was. It was funny. I was going through it a little bit. And I I'd send the song. I was writing a song about something, and I'd send it to the person I was writing it about. I was like, no, I just wrote it. Just like had a story made up in my head. That was not true. That was a full real thing that was going on.
Classic blunder.
Yeah.
CC says hi.
Oh my God! Hey, Cece.
They want you to play Freebird.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I swallowed my spit there. That was a little bit. That caught me off guard. I started choking. But no.
That was the choke up. Is like, oh shit.
Yeah, no.
It's okay.
No, but yeah, it was the first song ever that I had a finger picking thing where the. I wrote that and I was like, well, how am I gonna actually write a song? I can't do that. I told my mentor and I told everyone, I was like, yeah, I can't write a song over like finger picking. That's wrong. That's not true. And I did it, so that was cool. And I was like, again, it was another time.
Then I did.
I think we kind of mentioned that the last time you was talking about that.
It was this song actually.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then Brody was like, "Don't play it."
Oh yeah, he did. He was like, no.
Because it's not a New Salem song. I sent it to him when I was writing it, and he was like, "Very pretty. Isabel approves, or Izzy approves." Whatever his friend was, and he always when he likes a song, but he never likes it for New Salem, he'll go, "Very pretty song, Matthew. Very pretty song." I was like, "Thank you, thank you, yeah." I appreciate that.
Very producer.
I don't know.
He's also wants to be sure too that that it's right, because he was like, don't do that one, dude.
Yeah, no,
it's not ready.
There are songs like that that I've shown to him, and he goes, "No." I'm like, okay.
I mean, Birdie's great. No, Birdie's great in that regard. Like, if something sucks, he'll tell you.
Yeah.
You need that on your team too, especially when you're
100%.
because if everybody's all, oh man, it sounds so great, nah, you need some constructive criticism, if not just, hey, it sucks,
I mean, he's super nice about it, but like, no, he will be like,
get
that's
on their
there.
ass, Brody. Don't take no shit, bro.
Yeah. No. Another thing was, I really value your opinion with all my stuff because like I feel like the stuff I was writing and the stuff I write at the time is very similar to Agoraphobia, and the fact that it's just like a solo acoustic stuff and like it's a little folkier. And I was like,
We're both listening to a lot of Nick Drake at the
exactly,
time.
Nick. Well, that's not true, because for a while, and this is gonna be so bad, and I'm like actually calling myself out so heavily. I thought Nick Drake was like a Nickelodeon guy.
I think you're thinking about the wrong one.
I was thinking about Nick Jonas.
I think you said that to me, and like my heart broke in half right when you said
there's
that.
a really funny meme where it's like, what is my boy Kendrick doing to my poor Nick Drake? And it's just playing Place to Be. But I was like, so I would never listen to him. Every time like he'd come up on my like title recommended, I'd be like, no.
You're like, I don't like Drake and Josh.
For that reason, he was
Nickelodeon shit, man.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, I think aren't I the one who cleared that up for you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you said that, and I was like,
Brax actually connecting everything. Brax was like, because you were like, Brax listens to a lot of Nick Drake. He's cool for that. And I was like, the Jonas brother? Like what? And you're like, no, not the Jonas brother.
Shout out Brax.
Yeah, shout out Brax.
He's also obvious.
He's busy as hell.
He was out,
I don't even know what
he's
doing.
doing stuff
I think
for I Hate God, right?
Yeah, he's I think that was either last week or it's coming up soon.
Yeah,
I think it might be this week.
I
But I
don't
know
know
he went out
if
to
it
LA.
happened yet.
I think he went out to LA also.
Oh my God. How? We need to get on Brax's level, man. He's flying around.
He's about it, man. I mean, like I said, it's really just depends on what you want your
How
reach to
bad
be.
you want it, really.
I mean, and it's not saying nobody's lazy or anything, but in his mind, I think that he's
going for
he's
it.
ready to push and go all the way. So.
Yeah, same thing with.
He's going to Pensacola too.
I think
that's
where that
semi soon.
Yeah, that's where that I Hate God show is. I think.
It is. It's Pensacola.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't actually see where it was. I just saw he was on a festival with I Hate God, and I was like, that's sick.
Yeah, I think it's in Pensacola.
Yeah, we're trying to push that too. I mean, next summer we're gonna try to have a tour.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saving up vacation time, so
yeah.
And really, that's all that. And I mean, I run into a lot of bands that are they want to tour, they want to do, and I really think that it costs a lot of money.
Oh yeah, no, you will. If you break even, you did a good job.
Me personally, I think I could do it without spending hardly nothing, But the time is where the costly thing, huh?
How would you do, like now? I'm curious for us. How do you think? What would your game plan be?
I'm not bougie, man.
Right,
I can. The only thing that I would suggest, and this is just from what I see, kind of like from other bands' mishaps or whatever gets them down. As long as your vehicle is up to par and ready to tour, you shouldn't have no kind of worries except for your personal stuff, fuel for the vehicle, and of course your food. But I mean, dude, they sell like 60-gallon ice chests. Man.
There is 5 of us. That is something to mention.
That is the one.
That is something to mention. Our band is kind of big.
And another thing also is how long you're going to be doing
for sure, and where you're going.
That's where the cost comes in at. Because if you're like, okay, hey, let's tour to Los Angeles. Well, I can tell you now, that's going to be expensive just in fuel.
Right.
Yeah,
So
we're thinking of just we're gonna start up the coast. We're just gonna
Yeah,
go.
I mean, we
go
could
up the northeast.
I've been saying weekend tours.
Yeah, we're
you
gonna
can start on one Thursday to Sunday night.
So that's
you
what
know?
we're doing. So there's gonna be a fall break that we're gonna try to do a little thing with, if that actually
Yeah,
pulls
this
through.
is so hypothetical.
Super what if, but that's like the main thing. But our in next summer we're really trying to do like a couple weeks out
Mm-hmm.
up north, just because I have a place there. Brody has a lot of people live there.
Right there, that's half of figuring out the expenses right there.
Yeah,
If you
exactly.
have something on the other side to where you're not like, well, what are we gonna do? Planning is the key.
We
I'm
have
down to sleep on floors, but that's me.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Me too.
I know so many people up in like the Boston area, and then also the like, Westchester and like
Yeah, you have like New England ties.
yes.
I have
clam
no
chowder.
ties at all, so it's,
I don't
his
know why I
New
just
England ties are
I
gonna
don't know
help.
why I just said clam chowder. I need to stop. But
Oh my god.
if we go I love it though. I miss it. There's none here. Sorry to talk.
It's
go on.
called oyster chowder here, man. It's like a clam. Man.
Yeah, clam.
No, look, he got him. He was like,
Clam.
really?
Huh? There is stuff here. No, yeah.
We do have good oysters if it's in season.
Yeah, there's this really good oyster bar that I went to. All right, I can't talk about food because I'm going to talk about food and I'm going to keep
Make
on
it hungry.
Remember,
Yeah, we're going to Waffle House after this.
Again, that's like the contingency every time, man. We're going to Waffle House, man. Afterwards.
Did we tell you that we went to Waffle House last
Yes.
time?
I haven't been to
And
Waffle House in
This is my
like a
first time
year.
going to Waffle House, actually.
I don't.
We went to
know.
IHOP to
okay.
get the Sonic meal. we went to go get the
Food.
hedgehog meal.
I went to
It was
I
mid.
worked at a day camp.
Mid.
I worked at a day camp 2 weeks ago. It was a theater camp. I think some of the people watching are from there, so if you want to comment and say you were there, then yeah, they might be. But first time I had Chipotle. Fun fact. I was just saying, like, first time I had everything.
Chipotle's mid too.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank
Okay.
you.
I
Taco
liked-
Bell's better. I'm sorry.
Yes, by a lot.
I like their Al Pastor bowl. They
Man.
had some good chicken on there.
Look, I for some reason
you're talking to the hand for me.
look. I know they cook all their stuff fresh at Chipotle,
Yeah.
but every time I get there, it's always cold. So
Give me the bag. Give me the food out of the plastic
Yeah,
bag. Give me the bag.
grade E edible.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the fact that I that I'd get there and it's already been like an hour of me at this camp and like a kid has already tried to swipe me. Like a kid tried to swipe me.
I
in
thought
the
you
face.
got swiped.
I did get swiped in the face. I
I
didn't
was
really
trying
know
to
what
dodge it. I'm not gonna let that slide.
and like I'm already tired. I'm like in there. I'm just like, can you make me a bowl, please? I'm like,
you've been swiped, sir. Sure.
And love those kids though. They're so nice. They were such sweet children. Aside from the one who tried to punch me in the face. Other than that,
Shout outs.
no. But no. Whoa. I just know that I don't know. Maybe it's like a new thing, like with COVID. But like a lot of kids have attitude these days. They'll come at you.
I'm not touching
I'm
not touching the
next-
old man yells at cloud. I'm not doing that.
Listen, I'm not yelling at anybody, but
What are you doing?
They were yelling. There was a whole meme for the entire week that I had a big ugly nose. Everyone would call me Gru from Despicable Me, and and I was like, why? Why did I do to deserve?
I don't know. I
this?
feel like kids have always been like that.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
think so.
you probably were that.
Kids are vicious.
When they were-
That's the issue is that like I was at I lived up in New Hampshire for like 8 years at a camp, and I hope I was not like that, but I probably was. And so now every time I remember my counselors being like, get in the bunk and go to sleep. I'm like, probably some kid. Like,
Yeah, when I was a kid, I was definitely an asshole. So for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Kids are vicious, dude.
yeah, and we like actually, I've been taking a lot of if I weren't to do music, I would be an adolescent psychologist. So like, it's my study. Like, they're very observant people.
Yeah.
So they'll pick out things that you want to just keep under.
They
here.
figure out your insecurity. and
Yeah,
then they
yeah.
start
Just jabbing it.
you.
It's
in
like,
your
I heard
case,
you have a
literally
sixth
jabbing.
toe. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, oh my God, what's that mole up there? I'm like, can you not like pick apart my
Yeah.
life, please?
Well,
One
I
of
mean, you wrote the lyric for that one song, the love to love you. It says you found a warm place to stick your knife. I mean, you.
that
That was Brody.
that was
Oh, Brody. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, but true. I feel that. Found a very warm place. Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, my heart broken by these. No, I'm just kidding.
So, you know, the plans for a possible tour or anything like that
Yeah.
for next year, that's for New Salem.
New Salem. I'm gonna be touring around New York, probably like just going around places to plan. The plan is to play my album around different places and bars.
You're
and
kind of
stuff.
just like testing it and shopping it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's for Noah, right?
Yeah, that's for
Okay.
Noah. That's my middle name, by the
Mhm.
way. It's not just like out of nowhere. I just didn't want Matthew to be that. I wanted it to be separate, kind of.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
And,
It's. I mean, I think it's great, man, and it fits your style for
Yeah.
that project. Honestly, I mean, it kind of just the name and everything, and
unfortunately, there is Noah Khan right now that is like blowing up. But do you know him?
No.
Oh wow, that's okay. You don't have to. It's fine.
Dude, I've been listening to noise rock all month. I don't know.
Yeah, he showed it to me on the way here. It was actually really
Drive
good.
Like Jesu. I just started listening to that. It's killer.
I am waiting for some of these local bands to drop some albums.
Oh, yeah,
like
me
Slow
too.
Hole. I'm really wanting them to drop, but I like noise rock. I mean, that's kind of how I just love that music, man. It's
Yeah,
like
me
it's
too.
just so much going
We
on.
have some of that too coming out soon. Well, not coming out soon. What am I saying? We haven't recorded it, but like we have some of it. Like Overflow is very
Oh
much,
yeah. It's like,
like
oh, you're talking about
shoegazy,
stuff
just
we're
like-
working on. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, there's a lot of he showed me a lot of stuff. I've showed him a lot of stuff. I like Dinosaur Jr. has a really good catalog of that stuff. I like Sludgefest, and that's a song that he wrote.
I
Sorry.
mean, like we're like all well rounded in the band.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
we kind of all love like
This-
the softest music and the craziest music.
he showed me Chat Pile.
Do you know Chat Pile?
No.
Oh, you'd love them. I'll hit you up later with
Yeah,
that.
for
They're
sure.
Like
We
can show it to you
sludge
after.
metal. They have like
It's like-
really
And he'll be in the car. We were in the car, and he loves hitting. He loves like playing the drums on his wheel, and the drums are crazy. He goes, he was just like going back.
yeah.
and forth
I
and
get
back
I get
and
into it in the car, dude.
And I was like, and like this is the first time I've ever heard sludge metal in my life, and I'm like, yeah, man, this is great.
Oh yeah, that was like when we first met. You're like in the car and you're like,
Yeah, no, this was the first time he like ever drove me anywhere. I think it was to his house, and I was like, oh wow, it's good.
and then like a
music.
week later, you're like, this is my favorite thing.
Have you ever
ever
heard of this
life.
band, man? Like, yeah,
No,
like
a
a week ago.
pushed
Remember?
it so hard. Oh my god, Chap House is so good. I like them a lot. They're really heavy and scary though, but watching their live shows is really funny. He'll walk out, no shoes, shirtless.
Yeah, he just wears jeans.
He just wears jeans. He's probably hand wasted, and he's just like doing
He walks around like a caveman and he's like vomiting. And stuff.
sludge metal. Yeah. Actually, I met a metal singer in the Mushroom once.
I'm sure he did.
No, he introduced me to Acid Bath, which is
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah.
That's like a local.
Sorry,
I mean,
my brain just like keeps going. I continuously just make different connections. We were driving, and Robin was like, the Pixies is like where I
I
started
was
like
gushing about the Pixies, and
and
I was
I-
like, where are we?
I was like, where are we? And then I turned to him and I go, do you think these houses have basements?
Oh yeah, he just started talking about basements. Like, dude, we're in Louisiana. What are you talking about?
If it is, it's probably got water all the way up to the stairs. So
Yeah, no. It's such an interesting thing that you guys don't have basements here. I just like it's so no one has
He's
basements.
from New York. He don't get it.
I'm glad that isn't something because that'd be a lot of bullshit, collapsed houses and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Some-
we make our houses go higher, not
No,
down.
basements, basements kind of suck. We had a house out in Long Island that we were renting for a long time when I was a kid, and that basement would always flood a good like 4 feet. It'd be gross. And we'd be like, well, we're renting it. We can't fix it. So we're just like, and that's where we'd always do our
Up north?
laundry. Yeah.
Just imagine down south.
Oh, yeah.
They would never leave.
No,
You'd
yeah.
be like
no.
filming
You wouldn't
some.
even be
my
able
dad-
to build it. You start digging, it's just mud.
My dad lived in New Orleans about 8 years. Not really the basement thing, but about the flooding. His friend Larry, or one of his friend, I don't know which friend it was, but he had a friend, and he had a car parked under like this like underpass, and he had it parked there. My dad goes, "It's gonna rain, and your car's gonna drown." And he goes, "No, it's not." Poured, and that car was submerged.
Yeah, that can happen in a bright summer day with no warning. Seen
We
it.
were driving here, and it was scary a little bit.
You,
No,
Kinda
he's
used to it.
from
Dude, I'm
he's
from here. I don't
Yeah,
like
no.
it.
Like,
It
they'll
was
flood,
raining.
Yeah, they'll
but-
flood down there. It'll be gone when we get back.
when it
I mean,
rain-
we were driving. You know what I
I'm
mean?
from-
You can't stop it.
I'm from New York City. When it rains, it just is just like, oh wow, it's raining, and then like
It's
that's
like
it.
pleasant. It's like, oh, here it's like,
I
what is
haven't
it?
seen rain in
danger
a
and all
while.
kind of shit.
No, I mean, because you're really just in your apartment, and like, there's not really any flooding because everything is like irrigated. Like we live, like
Above sea level.
We live not
Yep.
only above.
All the flooding is happening under the ground. It's like
The subways flood is the big issue.
Oh, that's got to be weird.
yeah, that's usually where people down here's backyard is like that
Yeah,
deep
exactly.
under the city.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, it's bad because a lot of people live down there, so it's.
I mean, it's bad in Metairie too. I live in Metairie, and it like,
Oh my God.
veterans get shut down sometimes.
Remember when we were gonna have the battle of bands? That was it was the funniest. Video
Oh
ever.
yeah,
He posted a video and it's like literally sheets of rain going down.
it's
at an angle.
literally sideways.
Yeah,
like,
and he goes, "I wonder if we have a show today, guys. Do we have a show today, guys? I wonder." It was
no, I said, I hope there isn't any events going on today. That would be a bummer.
I texted the people.
yeah, I was at the door, and it was like,
I was texting the people who organized the event. I was like, I'm not going. Like, I hope you know, like my I will put my tube amp through water and rain. Not that though. Like, you're not catching me dead and trying to put that, because I have a little.
and it didn't stop that whole day. It was like that all day.
Yeah, I had a little cute little train cart thing that I'd take all my stuff on. That's not lasting. That's gonna get gross. Everything it would get submerged.
Yeah, Tulane floods.
And it's really poor irrigation uptown. I mean, like where I live, which
We have infrastructure.
I don't think it's irrigation down here, but
no, or,
that's that.
I don't know.
I
So
wish there
Imagine
was.
having
We're not-
infrastructure.
No,
No
where
flood.
where I live here uptown, I live on Palmer. I'm just gonna say that because it's fine. I mean, no one's gonna find my house. I live on Palmer. It's, it rises though, and that's the big issue, is that we're building that studio thing.
Oh yeah, it does flood on your street pretty bad.
Oh, yeah.
Noted.
Yeah, put up the
Yeah,
the
you
tube
can-
amps.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're since I probably won't have a car, if you ever come by and you stay the night and it's gonna pour, you should put your car in the garage, because it destroys
Hey,
cars.
at least you know now, man.
Yeah, no, I was like, now I know. Now, if you want me to pick you up and it's storming, I'll be like,
Oh, remember?
I can't get in
Remember
there, man.
When
It's
I picked
raining.
you up and it was storming, and
when I picked you up
what did I say? When
You
I
said the
picked
other
you-
way around,
When
yeah.
he picked me up,
from your work.
and oh no,
Yeah,
I
it was,
broke
it
his
was
car.
flood. He didn't break it. It was flooding, and it
Felt
it
so
almost
bad.
ripped the front bumper off.
Oh my
car.
goodness.
Like the
we
pressure-
were driving.
Was that the last time? No. I'm sorry.
No, this was like just like a random
Oh, okay.
random
no.
Sunday.
And we're driving, and we of course we're listening to heavy music, and
Oh yeah, and I hear like a
then-
noise, and
and
he
here's
thinks
noise.
it's the song, and I'm like, that is not the song. Hold on.
Rattling is awesome. Oh, yeah.
It was
Rubbing.
scraping. It was like, and like he was like, "Oh, that's an interesting part on the song." and I'm
dude,
like,
I
"That is
really
not the song."
I really love the texture that's adding to the song, you know. But yeah, no.
Well, kind of switching gears a little bit. Robin, do you want to say anything about collections or anything that you have coming up? Some shows or anything, or y'all just cooling for the moment?
We're hoping to start recording at the end of June, so we're kind of like finishing. We have like one song that we are not 100% on how it goes yet. Other than that,
Y'all are mostly just focusing on New Salem stuff at the moment, or
yeah, because like
We have to mix 3 songs before July.
yeah, like they're all like New Salem's New Salem's going on like a 3-month hiatus because a lot of us are going home.
Yeah, I don't know why I just
I'm
did
stuck here.
I did a Seinfeld. Like, I did
Yeah,
Robin, you're
you're
stuck
going
here,
too.
man. You're stuck
I know
here.
they're all leaving me in the fishbowl.
Get me out of the fishbowl! Get me out of the fishbowl! Sorry.
They're all leaving me in the fishbowl for a little bit, but we recorded like right before everybody left, so that while we are going on, I wouldn't even call it a hiatus. It's a live hiatus, right? We're not playing because we're not all here.
We're
but-
breaking up. Actually, this
Yeah.
is the podcast to say New Salem
Yeah,
no
no, we're
more.
not.
No.
Well, let me redo this.
change the
Title, yeah.
Yeah. But no. So, we were like, well, we want to continue being a thing. So
Yeah.
we recorded before everybody left. It was a little stressful because we were trying to get all the parts done. Like, I think we did the drums, and then Charlotte had to leave. We did Ciara's guitar like the day before she left or something, or like 2 days before.
Oh, yeah,
She's
no.
not even in the country right now. She's in Panama.
Oh yeah, I don't know why I sang for that. Sorry, I'm just gonna.
So yeah, we did all that so that we could have all the songs recorded, and now we're mixing. So now, like, the goal is roughly a song every month for the summer, so that New Salem's still an entity.
Song of the summer.
So,
going
you're dubbed with the task of doing the mixing and stuff while everybody's
and
gone.
the mastering.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm doing me and Birdie and Matt are doing it over Zoom.
Okay.
It's not, obviously Zoom has a little bit of like,
you know,
little bit of quality loss, but like for the most part, like,
that's my main thing that I'm very interested in is why some bands just like send off their stems that they have and just like,
because not everybody like and mixing is a lot. Like learning a DAW is a lot, and a lot of bands just want to write and play.
A DAW?
A DAW? Ableton?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
see what I mean?
I've talked to a lot of bands, sort of like what you're saying about some bands or artists don't know how to use the DAW, but I also ran into some bands that they think it's better to give it to somebody else, to do. Me personally, I think that's cool, but I'd like to try it out myself first and see what that sounds like.
I'm broke and cheap, dude.
Yeah,
like, I'm like, I could do it myself.
And that's the thing. It goes back kind of like with that the tour money thing. If you can do that kind of stuff yourself, at least good enough for the listener to grasp the music.
Yeah.
Dude, that could be thousands of dollars saved.
Yeah, and then we can use that for a tour.
Exactly.
Or for merch. We would. Yeah, I was
At
talking.
At this point, it's like
our advertising,
and it's not even cutting corners. It's utilizing your tools. What you have.
I mean, I went to music school and I didn't go for recording or mixing, but I still took a recording class. I took a class that teaches Ableton as a DAW, and then I took a class that teaches like rudimentary recording.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot, like, it basically just taught me. I mostly, I would say, the Ableton class I did learn Ableton. The recording class was more like, I would say it was mostly it was very basic. It was like mostly the terminology and like, this is a microphone. This is the different kinds of, you know what I mean? It was very 101, like ribbon,
of course,
dynamic condenser. And then like, I learned about, how far a mic should roughly be, stuff like that. Yeah. But it was really rudimentary, really basic. But like it was a good jumping off point. A lot of what I know is from me being hands-on, trial and error.
That's I mean, I use Studio One, and I got the plugins, the neural DSPs, all these different types of bass, guitars, drums, all that kind of plugins, and it's good just to sit down and just. I mean, I'll go down each thing and click it. If it's no work, remove it or Control Z. And just And I think laziness is part of some of that stuff that some bands send out their stems, or I've sent out some stuff and I know that it was sounding pretty good, before get it back, and it kind of brings back to the over processed, or the engineer thinks that they hear it a different way or how it should be.
That's my main thing with it, which is just like, I have me and Brody and I have such a unique vision for each of our songs. We know the history of the song. We know why, what we did, what influenced, like this song that I have, like obviously the I'll play that at the end. I'll play that song at the end. But when we're producing it, right? I want to be there because I don't want to overproduce it, but I want to add stuff that I can't do by myself. But I want to be there for that. Like, I don't want to just be like, oh, and add a string part and then like walk off.
Yeah, you and Birdie know what you want.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just very particular about it, and that's like the main thing, because it really will irk me if it's not the right way.
I think like going into the engineering side of it, I mean, for example, you'll do the mixing and stuff. I think allowing the artist or the range to do what they want to do and the engineer just adding those things that you know how to do. The mic placement, the getting certain tones and stuff like that. And I really think it makes it rich, especially when you have the relationship with the guys and y'all are in the band all together and stuff. I'm interested to hear how some of that stuff. I want to hear what you got, man.
We have an unmixed thing. I mean,
it's getting there. It's getting there. If you want, I can show you a little thing after.
Yeah, it's no worries.
But I like to say, as of right now, as of how we're operating right now, Brody's kind of the director, and he says, "This is what I want," and then I kind of figure out how to make that happen for him.
Not to self-report at all, but I did theater in high school, and oh no. Oh, poor guy did a play. Oh my God! But
you're silly, Robin.
Their faces.
It's always a good
time. Oh my God, their faces. I'm like, did I do something wrong? What's going?
Me and Brody are very like you could always tell what we're thinking.
Honestly, me too. I can't because I also can't lie.
We can't hide it. Honestly.
What are you thinking about, man?
We're like
the lie detector is my face. Like if I'm like, oh, I can't tell you this, and they're like, well, is it this person? I'll be like,
yeah, he sucks a lot.
I'm like the worst because I always like telling the truth. But the main thing is the way my director used to direct me, he did it, and he also knows how to do stuff that is very intuitive to him because I know he hasn't had vocal training. Not to say he's a bad singer, but I just know he hasn't.
Are you talking about Brody?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, I know you have had vocal training.
Well, no, I thought you were talking about somebody.
Oh, okay, yeah. But I know he hasn't done it, but the way he directs like, for example, there's something weird with your voice. Like, you can get really pitchy if you really squeeze your throat. And you sound like this, and it's not fun, and it sounds gross. He can tell when you're pushing. That's like, it's kind of like what I don't know if you use the same terminology. Everyone uses different ones, but it's like pushing is when you tighten your chest, and you're just like, kind of like this. And you get nervous. It's usually when you get nervous when you're singing like that. And he can tell it. He's like, it seems like you're pushing.
You were way better on the second session. I think you were just nervous for the first
Oh, yeah,
session.
but I'm just saying, like, in general, when we're writing music, right? When we wrote the...
So, yeah, like, Brody, the 3 songs that we recorded, Brody wrote them. So, he's like, he was telling Matt, like, what the character of the song is feeling and that stuff like that while we were recording. So, like, he really knows what he wants. Like, he's not a singer per se because, I don't know... It's not where he puts his time into guitar playing and writing.
He's a good bassist though.
Yeah, I wrote a few songs for one of my previous bands and the lyrics that I wrote the lyrics also, and it had to be that to capture the essence of the song.
Yeah,
to me,
it is your song
and,
at the end of the day.
And my boy Corey, he really hit it exactly how I was explaining it to him. I'm trying to stumble, and I was like, that ain't gonna fucking fly. And but he captured it exactly. And so I know what you mean. Like, you know which direction you want it to go, which ending you want once you get there too.
Yeah, Brody knows what he wants, and that's one thing I love about working with him. I mean, I love it, and then sometimes it's kind of like, I know what you want, but I don't know how to do it. So it can be frustrating, not on his part, but it's just something to figure out. But I'm getting, I'm getting to the speed of it. Like the last session that we did mixing, like, I mean, I was getting fatigued at hour 4, but I thought it was pretty.
You guys were
productive.
going for 4 hours?
4.5, I think.
And they didn't text me. What is
this?
This?
I did.
What? Well, they did text me, guys. Sorry.
Remember I called you?
Well, but then
whatever.
But then I was like, invite me to the Zoom, and then you're like, I will.
Never mind.
I'm sure they'll give you all the time slot you want next time when you crack up.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go.
Crack up a little bit.
Well, we're not done with the song if it makes you feel any better. Cause
yeah.
4 hours was not enough.
Somebody was talking about, we can do 4 songs in about 8 hours. I was like, no, the fuck we can't.
I spent. To be fair, we spent like an hour trying to get Zoom to cooperate.
Yeah,
so it was really like 3
that's exactly
hours.
what I told him. I said, look, it's going to take an hour just to get set up, man.
Were you guys just like, no, and then share screen? No, share screen with audio. No, share screen.
Yeah, kind of.
Sort of like how I'm trying to do the Instagram, man, dude.
But with Ableton, I had to figure out how to reroute the audio to go through. I'm not even starting that.
Yeah,
you know.
That's why I got that right there.
This thing,
man.
you get it. Like routing audio is annoying.
I'm doing the finger.
And what's fucked up is that it doesn't work 100% of the time.
No.
You're like, oh
Zoom-
man, what the fuck?
Zoom
Once I
is-
got it to cooperate, it was pretty
was good,
good,
yeah.
but it was getting there that's hard. It's like think of it, because a lot of it's digital, right? So
Right.
it's like think of it like your reader. It's almost like digital cables almost, and you have to like figure out the signal path. It's annoying.
Yeah, I was trying to explain, sort of like this setup to somebody the other night, and
Yeah,
they
that
was
would
like, well,
that would give me a headache.
it was like, well, you can just do
It's
it
so cool,
live
though.
and all that. It's like, no, I've tried every single thing you think that you think could work. It only works one fucking way.
That's what I do with Brody sometimes when he has like an
only
idea, and I'm like, I love the idea. It's not gonna happen with what the
Honestly,
equipment I
this
have.
is just such a great little setup that you have. I don't even know what that is, but it's so cool.
This is a video selector.
Oh,
So
so you
just-
can choose which camera. Oh, cool.
So just imagine your news channel going from the anchors to the weather lady, and they just push a button and it goes to that
That's
camera.
really sick. Honestly, that looks like that box in Pulp Fiction. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, it
The cadaver, not the cadaver. Oh, what is it called?
The
MacGuffin. MacGuffin. The cadaver's a dead person.
It's like you're like, oh shit. But I mean, it also is the block for the stream. It it does it's very powerful. This little guy right here is very powerful as far as what it can do. I like it because it allows me to do this simpler. There's a whole bunch of ways that a lot of people do live streaming and stuff like that. Mine's at a punch of a button. That's it.
Yeah.
I got it.
It seems more complicated, but at the same time, it isn't.
Oh, well, getting to that point for the one button is definitely fucking complicated.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean it's the learning
that you
curve,
have
right?
that-
But once you get over it,
Yeah, and like your setup is so great. Like, I mean, the audio quality is like beyond. And so I was watching Robin's collections one a couple nights ago, and it sounds great. I mean, and like also this like acoustic setup is always has been good.
It's DIY for sure, man. And like I said, if I had enough space, it would be 100% studio quality, man. So right now I'm sitting at about 65 or 70%, I think.
And you're I mean, like at the same time, like who's gonna really know?
Man, it isn't even about that for me. What it's about is being able to have the availability so y'all don't have to like go to great lengths to come in and just sit down and talk and get that out. So I mean, and a lot of people might want make it bigger deal than what it is, but it's y'all see exactly what we do when we first come in.
I mean, as a guest, it's very plug and play. We just sit down and we go.
100%.
So
It's great. No, it's really nice, and that's why I wanted to come back, and I'd love to keep coming back in sometime in the future, but it's because it's so nice. It's just
definitely,
fun.
definitely when the rest of the band gets back from their break.
5-person podcast.
I
We're
mean,
just all sitting
look,
here.
you see, it's got
Oh,
six,
yeah.
six in
oh,
there.
we got 6 inputs.
6 inputs. That means that
Brody and I don't have to share a mic and be uncomfortably close.
No, yeah, we can definitely do that for sure. I mean, we're trying to really gig a lot.
Yeah, let's get those singles out though.
Yeah, and once all that happens, we can definitely schedule. I'm pretty booked, but keeping it real means we will squeeze a show out because I mean I'm really interested in y'all's. I love New Salem.
Yeah,
I mean,
thank you.
I mean it's real. I love collections too, and I've listened to some of that Noah stuff. That's. I'm really excited to have y'all here to explain, the versatility and all of y'all's different projects, and I would say all of, but
Yeah.
I just like how you can go from here, do this one. You can go here and do this one, and then when the New Salem or collections, or you just go right back to it. And it sounds
it's super funny. Yeah,
sounds the cohesive, so where you're not like sounding like your other projects, I guess.
Right. Yeah. No. That one, I think you commented on one of my Instagram reels that I was posting as Noah. That song I'm gonna play later, whenever I'm slated to play that one. That one I wrote. I'm trying to remember. I don't even remember. Oh my god, I'm not gonna remember. I'm not gonna tell everyone how I wrote that song. I will. I was listening to.
I'm in the dark. I'm in the dark too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
where it's
if
going.
you want to, you can explain it and see where it came from, and you can start performing if you want to, man.
100%. Yeah. So I just wanted a song that the lyrics were like very just like I just want to like I want to love you. I want to do like I just want I it's instead of like being like the blue cypress passes over the street on the and you know just like it's like a puzzle. It's just like really like I wish I could love you. That was like the main thing. And then I was listening to American football, and
that it keeps coming up this week.
I know.
You mentioned it earlier.
I know.
I listened to Never Meant in the shower, and I was like, oh, I like how because I remembered trying to learn it, and it's just like it's just like slides, and I was like, oh, I want a song that has slides, so I did this. I'm gonna try to push this back. So. Is that all right if I push this back?
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
want to make sure I don't smack everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a large human. I just don't want to. Okay.
All 6'5".
All 6'5" of me, yeah.
All 6'5" of them.
Let me come over there right quick.
Yeah. Wish I could love you. Wish I could feel you now. I wish I could touch you. Find a life where we meet again. But here we are now, at a crossroads again, and words can't make it, and I can't take your hand, so I'll let you go now. Follow your own path, let your heart take you where mine never can. I could love you. I wish I could feel you now. I wish I could touch you. I wish I could hold your hand. Oh, I wish I could love you. Wish I could feel you now. I wish I could touch you. Find the life where we meet again. If I am honest, we're falling apart, it's the end. And if I could see you, would you patch me up again? Oh, I wish I could love you. I wish I could feel you now. I wish I could touch you. I wish I could hold your hand. Oh, I wish I could love you. Wish I could feel you now. I wish I could touch you. Find a life where we meet again. Yeah. Oh my God, I was about to choke again. What is going on? It's the humidity, man. No, but yeah, I really love that song. It was a really quick song for me to write because the chorus happens like 8 times, so I didn't have to make any like specific verses. But it was just like it was a feeling I was like sometimes when I'm writing songs, I'll just have like a mood I'm in, and I'll really let it dictate where the words take it, and not really like do anything like special with it. Sometimes I have to think about the words I'm writing, but that was just like I wish I could do this, but I can't because it's over. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think I showed that one to you, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a New Salem song too. It's both of us. So I wrote that song fully. I don't know where that's gonna be on our track. It's probably gonna be far along. Our release our
We
New
have so
Salem.
many songs in the back pocket.
So yeah, that's the main thing. I had this really weird worry that I wasn't working hard enough with writing music, so I just kept going. And then we got to the end of the semester, and like I think combined, Brody and I have written
12
like
or 13 songs.
from New
Oh,
Salem.
I haven't even written parts on like 5 of them.
Yeah,
yet.
so we have about 15 New Salem songs. Some of them are just riffs that I've made. Some of them are just chord
I mean, like they're
progression.
written, but like they're not arranged.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like the song is there. We just we don't have 5 of us. We
And
don't
then,
have all that.
and then on top of that, I've written like 12 songs for this, and I keep writing new ones. Stop it, Matthew. Can we relax? No, I can't. I just keep going. But that is actually a major issue because sometimes I'll just forget that songs exist, and so I'll have to go back in my voice memos and find some. But no, but yeah, we've written so much, and it was all from the need of me being like, Brody, we have to keep writing. I kept telling him, I'm like, we got to meet once a week and write songs.
Well, at this point, it might be good to record songs, or I mean, because writing too much, it could burn you out, also, man. And being on a continuous writing spree, I don't know, man. Not every one of them can be songs. So
Yeah, no, but that's like the main thing for me, which I found really interesting. Although I've only been writing for a year, the burnout for me, I don't. I mean, obviously it could happen, but the main reason, like, I do it in such a healthy manner is that I'll write a song, and it'll probably be like a good 3 to 4 weeks before I might have an idea. Like, for example, I have this like chord progression. It's not anything special, but it's just like. Forgot the rhythm, but it's okay. And I need to write that, but like I wrote that like a couple weeks ago, and then I need to finish it. I need to finish it sometime.
I just let them do it.
yeah, I was gonna say,
I'm the bass player, dude. I let them.
like, are y'all done yet?
That's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, if y'all are gonna keep changing it, I'm just gonna wait.
But yeah, no, I've written, yeah, like, and like also like this, like the.
So he's full of ideas. Too many ideas.
Like I had that, and I have to write that too. I have so much.
I feel like we're doing show and tell right now. You're like showing us your homework.
Yeah,
and then this one, and then this one. Oh, and I wrote that. I have another one that I'm like almost half done.
I feel like you're
writing.
reminding the teacher that we have homework and everybody's groaning.
yeah, they're like, oh shit.
But yeah, no, I think it's just because I'm always on the guitar. Like I don't leave it. It's maybe it's not healthy, but
I don't know if it is healthy. You just don't want to burn yourself out from the guitar. Next thing you know, be picking up drums or something and trying to write.
Well, that's the whole thing is that actually
Oh no, he started him
that's
off.
the thing. So since we own a drum kit now, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to.
Oh shit!
Look what you did.
Well, he could come in here the next time. He's gonna bring the kid in here. Be like, oh yeah.
So you want to hear this drum fill I wrote? No. No. I would never do that. I want to learn drums just for the fact to understand each
I
instrument.
mean, it
of
would
the
help
band.
with general rhythm. I mean,
Because
it's good to learn
oh my
stuff.
god, trying to explain to Charlotte, our drummer, what drums I want is like probably I go and you gotta go and she's just like, can I just do it myself? I'm like, yeah.
Charlotte's great, by the way.
Charlotte's
like, she
goated.
you're just like here's the song, and she's like, oh okay, and she could just play it.
Mhm.
You
And
know
her
what I mean?
fills are crazy.
Like when we did recording, I think she first taked 2 of the songs, and then she like maybe only took her like 2 takes for the other one. Like and they're perfect.
Nuts.
Damn good
And-
drummers. Shit.
I know she's.
And
she's
you know
a
what's even
beast.
crazier? She's a neuroscience major.
Yeah, I know. She's not even like
coming.
music full time.
Yeah, she's like, no, I just do it in the.
Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna fuck their brains up right quick.
Yeah.
Hit this one.
Exactly.
Yeah, she downplays it too. She's
No.
like, yeah, I don't ever, because she can't practice in her dorms.
Mhm.
Like she,
But
but she kills it.
yeah, I didn't do music as a kid, and then when I started doing it, I just got addicted, and I think I'm on 3 instruments now. Picking up
yeah,
a fourth.
when we
Like I did classic vocal training for probably 8 years, and then I know how to play the piano now.
I think the last guest we had off Silent Solace, I think he's classically trained also, the vocalist. And
He's classically trained too. We're all
Yeah,
classically trained in here.
classically trained.
I am not.
It's honestly not. It's not hard to do.
I am ghetto ass
We
trained.
can help you out. Yeah, we can help you out. It's not that bad. It's just all about breath support. I think the main thing that people forget is that the reason why people sound really pitchy and like they can't hit if you can hear the note and replicate it, then you're fine. The main thing you got to do is just make sure your belly's full of air. Because if you're like this again, like you're gonna be more concentrated on, like your body's gonna be like, oh my god, you don't have air in your lungs, rather than like I need to focus on the pitch. So you always want to have a consistent breath going.
Well, you guys are getting to be OGs on the show now. So I'm not gonna ask y'all those long lines. We've already went through all that shit. And like I said, I think y'all coming here today, I really love it, and I'm sorry I might have briefly forgot about today, and I told you I was, but hey, I'm ready at the drop of a hat.
No,
bro. So,
you jumped right in, man.
and I ain't really trying to end it too soon, but I do want to say if you want to let people know about your Project Noah, what you said you was going to New York.
Yeah, I'm
soon.
going back home.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going back home. Unfortunately, well, fortunately and unfortunately, I kind of want to stay here. But I'm recording a 9-10 track album. I don't know what it's called yet, but it has. I just really want to show the progress I've made. It's more of a thing to just show who I am, and I'm really proud of the work that I put into it, and I'm gonna be really proud of the work that I put into it in the studio, and I really hope you all check it out. It's going to be on Spotify in probably August or September.
Okay.
So I'll text you about it. But yeah, no. And then New Salem, I think about mid-July we'll have our first Nowhere Now will be out. Everybody follow both. And can I plug the? Is that all right?
No, man, you can't.
Yeah, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Stop.
How dare you?
I don't know. Noah Makes Songs is my personal account that you should definitely follow. And then New Salem, the E is a 3.
There you go.
The first
The
E
first
is a 3.
is a 3.
And that's everywhere on TikTok. Don't follow the TikTok though. Just follow the Instagram. Because actually follow the TikTok. Sure,
Yeah, follow all
TikTok.
that shit,
Oh my god, there's just so many embarrassing videos of me just sitting.
That's
on my
the point
floor.
of TikTok.
I mean,
man.
he made them.
Yeah, that's
you
the
made
point.
them.
I know. I've done
You
so
dug
much.
your
which
own
is
grave.
which, by the way, is so great because I can just repost them on Instagram as reels. I have hundreds, like maybe 300 videos. Anyway, so yeah, thank you so much. But yeah, Noah Makes Songs and New Salem. E is the first. E is the 3.
Yeah, you nailed it. The first season 3.
I want to thank you guys again. It's always a pleasure to get down and sit and talk about new music, new things, upcoming projects and albums. I told somebody the other day, as a matter of fact, I interviewed the Baby Goats from Los Angeles this past Saturday.
Oh, cool.
And they did the little call in and stuff. It was pretty cool. And they're more of like a disco funk kind of
interesting.
rock.
Cool.
They're really great band, man. Real clean 3-piece.
Oh, dope.
And I almost forgot where I was going with this.
Go watch it.
Shit. Yeah, go watch it.
Yeah, go watch it.
That's not what I was gonna say. Shout out
But
to
go
those
watch
guys.
it.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, shout out to you for like putting this together. And again, Robin kind of touched on this last, but like you really are building such a good local.
Yeah, you're a
community.
boon on the scene for real.
Well, I do it just to help, I guess. I mean, I enjoy doing it. We've talked about it plenty of times. I'm a gear nerd, so it kind of plays into what my addictions are, I guess. And more so, it's more about the artist and the guest that comes on to plug them to do the. The performances, whatever, Oh, and they Baby Goats did a performance too at the beginning and the end, which actually turned out pretty good.
Killer.
Cool.
But I enjoy, doing this, just talking and meeting new people. I mean, we've been through this, kind of conversation the last few times, and there's no difference this time. So, did you play the song already, man?
I can play another one.
Well, we're gonna close out with another one. That's not the name of it. Another one.
Another one.
Yeah, it's actually by DJ Khaled. It's a cover. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Well, like I said, I've been here with Matt and Robin of New Salem, Noah, and Collections as well. I really appreciate all the support, and thanks for the kind words also. It means a lot to me, but like I said, it's always about the guest and the artist, and I'm just tagging along.
Well, thank you.
So appreciate it again. We're going to fade out into this another song.
Yeah, this is the first song I ever wrote. And if I forget it, it's okay. Hold these photographs near our hearts. If you listen to them close, you'll hear their call. They speak once and they speak twice. Pictures that have stained our mind. I've seen yours for days. Your picture on replay. And all I see and all I want is you. And all I see and all I want is you. And all I know and all I have is true. Your body and your mind, feeling my film from time to time. I don't care if it's blurry and I don't care if it's clear. Your photograph I always hold dear. And all I see and all I want is you. And all I see and all I want is you. And all I know and all I have is true.
This has been Brian with Local Riffs. Peace.